The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is a primitive camper's paradise. The most visited national park in the United States, it has over 100 backcountry campsites spread throughout its 522,000 acres. While many of its campsites are accessible on foot across the park's 800 miles of hiking trails, a handful of its sites are positioned on the park's southern border, Fontana Lake. Welcome to Backcountry Campsite 81, North Shore. Welcome to Green Ridge Outdoor Adventures. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is one of the most remote areas on the East Coast, which makes it an ideal place to backcountry camp. The first step in reserving one of these campsites is obtaining a backcountry permit at smokypermits.mps.gov. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click this button. The next screen outlines parking information, rules and regulations, and states that general backcountry permits are $8 per person per night. A permit can also be obtained in person at the Sugarlands Visitor Center near Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Next is the backcountry permit application, so choose the number in your party and your number of stock. You're then brought to a map of the park for you to select the campsite you wish to reserve. Upon selecting your campsite, a reservation calendar for that campsite is shown with every date available for the next month. Click on the date you want to reserve and then select the number of nights you want to camp. You'll then be asked to confirm your trip itinerary, and then you'll be asked to enter your personal and payment information on the next couple screens. Once you've paid, a PDF of your backcountry permit will be emailed to you, and you're asked to carry it with you at all times during your camping trip. On the permit campsite map, the sites in blue are the handful of backcountry campsites only accessible by boat. This is because a large portion of the park's southern border is Fontana Lake. Campsites in pink are hiker only, and green are for hikers and stock such as horses. Campsite 81 is considered a hiker and stock campsite, but can be accessed via Fontana Lake at Mill Branch. We recently spent 3 nights at Campsite 81 and paddled from Campsite 90 on Eagle Creek. To see that video, click on the link above. Most campers will access Campsite 81 via the Lakeshore Trail that runs along the northern shore of Fontana Lake. And from the Lakeshore Trail, there is a short access trail leading to the campsite. The closest boat ramp to Backcountry Campsite 81 is the Cable Cove boating access. Since it's on the Lakeshore Trail, Site 81 can accommodate both campers and stock such as horses, with the maximum number of campers set at 12 with no more than 6 stock per night. Since we arrived at Site 81 from Fontana Lake, we walked a couple hundred yards north and came to the first camping area and first fire ring next to Mill Branch. And this is where we camped during our time at this campsite, and there were plenty of places for tents and hammocks. Mill Branch, to the immediate east of the site, provides campers easy access to a water source. If you continue past the first camping area, you come to the main camping area with a fire ring. The one thing that is a constant at every backcountry campsite are food storage cables. The system of cables and pulleys allows campers to safely raise all food and scented items in the air, out of the reach of animals, but mostly bears. Backcountry Campsite 81's food storage cables were located at the main site near the fire ring. As you continue north, past the main camping area, parallel to Mill Branch, it intersects with the Lakeshore Trail. Campsite 81 is located between Campsite 77 and the old town of Proctor, near Campsite 86 on the Lakeshore Trail. This section of the Lakeshore Trail also serves as a portion of the Benton-MacKay Trail, and is a great place to explore Fontana's rich history.
It's a pretty well preserved rock wall, which is above the trail, but they're everywhere. Our guess is that they were using these as terraces for farming. They used to clear the land by cutting around the outside of the trees, which would kill the tree, so all the foliage up top would die off and thin out and allow sunlight in here. So they would terrace these off, I think, to grow crops.
Despite its location on the Lakeshore Trail, Backcountry Campsite 81, called North Shore, is one of the most underutilized campsites in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.